Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Lord of the Rings draft here on the channel. Huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for giving me a free preview count in the early access event so I could make this video for you a couple of days early. We're going to be going pick by pick, play by play, talking through everything so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. If you are interested in more of an overview of the format, then you can find that my draft guide on the channel already posted. Sauron the Dark Lord, 3 and then Grixis mana. Its ward is almost impossible to play a lot of the time, and when they cast a spell, you amass orcs. When an orc army does combat, the ring tempts you, and the ring tempts you, you can discard your hand and draw 4 cards. We're going to be taking this, trying to build around it, seeing how good Sauron the Dark Lord is in draft. If this was like a pack one pick, I mean, a 3-color card, even though it is very strong, is often risky, but if even the other cards, like, I think Meriadoc Brandybuck is pretty good, because he makes a food every time he attacks. This card's solid, but worse than Meriadoc, I think. So I think Meriadoc is the second pick I would take, but I really want to try out Sauron, so we're going to see if we can do it, see how the fixing is, see how going 3 colors is, because I know everyone wants to see how Sauron does, and first picking it is a great opportunity. If I wasn't taking that, I would take Meriadoc, and then I would probably take Errand Rider or Generous Ent. I like both those. Sauron the Dark Lord. Oh, and now I'm just kind of thinking of what color combinations would be the best fit, because you generally want to go 2 colors in the splash. So I think blue-black splash red might be a good fit, or red-black splash blue, because red-black has a lot of amass stuff. If I had taken Meriadoc, I would take a Shire Sheriff, because those cards synergize great together. As it is, I think I'm going to take Dunland Crebain. I really like this card. It gives me 2 bodies for 1 card. It fits great into my deck. Saruman's Trickery is nice if once you kind of already have the board stalled, but I think it's a little bit weaker than just getting the bodies immediately. And this card's easier to cast with a single pip. And if I am playing 3 colors, then getting a double blue might be a little bit trickier. The rare is just not very good. You bounce one of their spells, or their non-land permanents. Usually they're non-land permanents, and you can cast an instant or sorcery with lesser or equal mana value. So it's more of a constructed type card. This card's pretty sweet too, but we're gonna just take Dunland Crebain. I really like that card. Okay, no need to change it if it's working. Dunland Crebain is great. I think Ithilien Kingfisher is also solid. But I kind of want to get deeper into 1 color. Here, a rare and an uncommon's missing, so not a huge signal point. We probably could have had a good start to a Hobbit deck. There's a Hobbit Sting here, Many Partings. I like Many Partings a lot. We could also try to wheel Wizard's Rockets. That could be a really good card to help splash Sauron the Dark Lord. Sauron the Dark Lord, because you can just get 1 use only of the mana, but if you draw your Sauron, you're pretty happy. Or once you draw your basics of your splash color, you're pretty happy. I think we'll just take another Dunland Crebain here over the Ithilien Kingfisher. I think it's just better to get the raw stats. Kingfisher's pretty good, but I just would rather stick to 1 color for now. Okay, Meneldor, the Swift Savior. This card's great because it synergizes perfectly with my Dunland Crebain. Just good synergy piece there. Display of Power. Yeah, this doesn't really do much in limited. It's really hard to use. You have to cast a bunch of spells, and then with them on the stack, you play this. I think Meneldor's perfect for my deck. I would have had a really good start to a green-white deck, maybe. Arwen's Gift could also be okay. But this card's good in the green-white deck, I think. And now I get an easy Shire Terrace. Really happy to see that help fix my mana for the Sauron. Oh, the Hobbit deck that could have been. So much food and stuff. But I think my deck is going to end up being pretty dang cool. Let's see who else is in our pod, if I recognize any of them. Whoa, there's a Gandalf avatar? Nice. No, it's just, I don't recognize. Nobody else chose the Boromir avatar. Nobody else can be trusted. Nobody else has joined the Fellowship, I guess, except the Gandalf avatar, which I'd never seen before. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to take a Shire Terrace. I do think that this card is sweet because you can use it as a ramp card, because you can untap lands, which is pretty nice. But I'm just going to get Shire Terraces because that'll make my mana consistent for this Sauron. And can maybe even let me just straight up play 3 colors if I get enough like consistent mana fixing. Spend the first couple turns fixing my mana and then just overpower my opponents with power level of my cards. The Shire Terrace shall set me up. The Birthday Escape. I do like Birthday Escape. I think it's good. Grey Havens I don't love. Because the thing is you want your lands to get the colored mana at the beginning. but there aren't going to be legendary creatures in your graveyard until late. Arwen's Gift is okay. I think Birthday Escape is cute. I think this card's good with Dunlin Crebain to some degree. But I just like having the cantrips, I think. Help me get through and just have like a really good Ring Tempts me. Because if the Ring Tempts me, I can discard my hand to draw 4, which is pretty cool. I'm kind of like a blue-black Sauron deck. Blue-black Sauron. The Dark Lord. The Great Dark Lord. Treason of Isengard. Can return instants or sorceries, which I have only this one right now. This card's pretty good. I think I'll take Horses of the Bruinen. I think it just does a lot of good stuff. Even just bouncing their creatures is sometimes helpful just so that they don't have like the ring on their guy anymore if they enabled it with a non-creature. Shelob's Ambush is pretty nice. I do like this as a 5-drop, but I don't really prioritize it. I think this might be better. The double blue is kind of tricky. You can also bounce your own Crebain. Do cool stuff like that. And the Scry is helpful. So just overall, I think that card's a little bit higher power level than the Seereth Ungol Patrol. The Seereth Ungol Patrol is a nice 5-drop. Don't get me wrong. Don't get my words mistaken. Seereth Ungol is the bacon? I don't know. Wow, this card wheeled and this card wheeled. I don't know what cards people are taking out of these packs because those were like the 2 main cards that I was thinking about. I was like, huh, which one could I take? This one or this one if I wasn't taking Sauron? And then both of them wheel. I think I'll take Dreadful as the Storm. It plays really well with Dunlin Crebain because either half getting buffed is nice because this thing turning a base army into a 5/5 makes it a 7/7, and the 1/1 into a 5/5 is okay also. I'm just taking all of the cards that are in my main colors. I'm ignoring all of the other cards right now. Ooh, Wizard's Rockets wheeled. I don't understand how this card is still in the pack. Oh, I'm almost disappointed that I have Sauron now because I would have had such an absurd green deck. Because I would have gone Meriadoc and then just taken green-white cards and then just like wheeled everything because nobody's playing green. Gosh, this is crazy. This is madness. This is absolute madness. I just have all these blue cards. Okay, just getting everything I want. My Sauron deck is fully operational. I have a 2-drop. It's evasion when I scry. I've got a bit of fixing. I'm really happy with this deck. The only sadness is like what could have been. And I think blue is open enough that I can definitely play Sauron. It's like not like a... Oh my gosh. You're kidding me. No! The perfect card for the green-white food deck. No! Sauron. Pulling Sauron things. He tempts you in and then he leads you astray. All so he can make it into your final deck. Gosh, this my other deck would have been so good. Fiery Inscription is kind of cute. But we're just going to take the Pelagia Survivor. It's not great in my deck. I have 1 instant, 2 sorceries, but I don't really want this guy. I'm kind of blue-black base, even though, I mean, this card's okay, but yeah. This is what happens when you force an archetype, is you kind of miss the train on the other cool stuff you could do. But there's no chance I was not going to take the Sauron, because you only get limited number of times taking the mythic rares. Okay, this is an interesting pick. There is a Horses of Bruinen, which I'm not going to take. I already have 1, and 1 is already kind of pretty solid. I have Dunlin Crebain as an option. And then there's Arwen's Gift as an option. I'm going to take Dunlin Crebain. I think that card's just excellent. I don't love Bewitching Leechcraft. Arwen's Gift is the closest to being my pick, but 4 mana for this is pretty expensive when there's like the Island Cycler that draws you 3 also at common. That's just probably better than that, because it can also Island Cycle. We're just going to ignore all of the green-white goodies we're seeing. We're just going to take Smite the Deathless, actually, over this guy. Get ourselves some interaction. We're already splashing red. Smite the Deathless is a nice tool for that. Willow Wind is also a solid card, but I'm happy to get a Smite the Deathless. I could also play an Oliphant. Oliphant! Los Elefantes. Pelargir Survivor can also cast this. Oh my gosh. This is brutal. Our deck is cool. Our deck is cool. I'll keep telling myself that. Oh my gosh. Does nobody like the Crebain? No! The green-white food deck at this table is insane! Who is gonna have it? Oh, it's certainly not the person passing to me. Oh my gosh, it's certainly not the person to my left or right. But Dunland Crebain. We shall have faith in Dunland. I was like the way Legolas says, it's the Crebain from Dunland! And then you're like, oh, Dunland Crebain. There we go. Okay, Hithlane Knots. Grond. I like Grond. Yeah, it's kind of an aggressive card, and I'm kind of defensive. I could take Troll. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Or Nasty End. Because sacrificing a Crebain is pretty decent. Sure, I'll take Nasty End. I'll take the Troll, never mind. I like having some land cyclers. Now there's an Arwen's Gift. There's a Knight of Dol Amroth. There's a Snarling Warg. It's a 4-mana 4/4. Menace. Pretty dang good. I'm just taking random card draw over it. Classic. Now I'll take the ramp. Though I already have all these Crebains, so maybe I'll just take this guy instead. Tap another target permanent, untap 2 target legendary creatures. I already kind of have enough 3-drops. Ooh. Sauron's Trickery or Pelargir Survivor. I don't think I'm a Trickery deck. You kind of want to have a lot of instants to make this work, and I don't. And I kind of like having another 2-drop when I'm already lacking, and it helps fix for Smite the Deathless. So while Sauron's Trickery is nice, I'm going to pass it up. Also passing up Soothing of Smeagol, which is another decent card. Just to make sure I get 2-drops. Rally at the Hornburg. Decent card. I like it better than the Flamesmith because this gives 2 chump blockers and this only gives 1 blocker. And also this is easier to cast off Pelargir Survivors if I do want to end up going heavier into red. Also, I wield an Ent's Fury. Don't think I didn't notice that. My only black cards are Dunland Crebains. Black is not an open color in this seat. Blue, green, and white are the open colors. But I'm 2 packs in and I have a playable deck. So that's pretty nice. And who knows, maybe I'll open another Sauron or something. I've got a lot of colors of good cards I could open. Any color except green or white. So Samwise Gamgee was probably like the worst card I could have had. Wow, we wield Arwen's Gift and Horses of the Bruinen and Bewitching Leechcraft and Wizard's Rockets. I think I'll take another Arwen's Gift. Just fill my deck with card draw. I don't want more than 1 copy of this. And this is like okay removal, but really not something I love. The fact that it doesn't really deal with armies is a huge issue. Like if they have a 4/4 army and you have that card in your hand, you're just like, correct. Oh my gosh, I wield this card and I wield Errand Rider of Gondor. What is happening? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Je ne comprends pas. In French, that means, what is this? I do not understand. Ooh, Hithlane Knots. Tied him in knots. He did. If you'll try to run away, you must be tied. But we do not wish to hurt you. I don't think this card is playable. This card's really, really bad fixing. I'd rather play the Shire Terrace than the Scarecrow. By such a wide margin. Wow, okay. Maybe blue-black is open. Who knows? Sting! The Glinting Dagger! What a cool piece of flavor. I've read this card before. It did not look good to me, though. You give a creature +1/+1 in haste. I don't care about haste in this deck. You untap at each combat. Kind of cute with Pelargir Survivor, I guess. First strike against orcs and goblins. Good flavor, but not a great card. I'll just take the Gollum. Gollum. The ring tempts you. And then I can get it back. Or I could take Smite the Deathless. Aww. I'll take Smite the Deathless. Get some more removal. Gollum is nice, though. Don't get me wrong. Ooh, I'm a bit of a combo deck now. Meneldor is arrived. Another Meneldor. There's also a Deceive the Messenger. I was not impressed by this the last time I played it. It was, like, not as good as I thought it would be. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be insane, but it just wasn't a card I was super impressed by. Tell Gandalf that he must seek my aid at once. But Meneldor with Dunlin Crebain is a sweet combo that I'm going to try to assemble. And I did get a Golem. Nice. There's also this card, which draws you a card and loses you a life, but it doesn't mass. But I think Golem's better. I think this card's really cute with the land cyclers, because you cycle the land cycler, and then on turn 4, you sacrifice your small creature, they sack a creature, and you get back your huge land cycler. So you get a 6-drop. So that's cute. But we'll take Golem. Golem. Ooh, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to try Stern Scolding. Seems like a really cool early game play. There's also Isolation at Orthanc. But I kind of want to try just seeing how that does. I think it can counter a lot of 3-drops. That's just devastating. There's another Willow Wind, but I wheeled the last one, so I could take a Troll of Khazad-dûm. Troll of Khazad-dûm. And then I could just play fewer lands. I think I'll do that. So let's just check in on this deck. I don't need Wizard's Rockets, because I have 2 Shire Terraces, so I can play 1 Mountain. Okay. Just don't look at the green-white cards, Nikolai. Don't look at the green-white cards. I'll take Orcish Medicine, I guess. I don't really like any of these cards, though. None of them really fit with what I'm trying to do. Ooh. Sam's Desperate Rescue. Rescuing Sauron is not a flavor win. But I can get back a Crebain or something simple, like one of my... I'm usually going to have something big, I think. And I don't think I want a 3rd Arwen's Gift over the first Sam's Desperate Rescue. And Nasty End can be cutesy. I already have a Captain of Umbar that I'm not playing. I think this is a really good combo, the Nasty End and Sam's Desperate Rescue. You can get them both late, and like this makes a creature legendary. Using the ring, the sacrifices to draw 3. Okay, I'm just cutting my bad cards now. I don't think I want this guy. I certainly don't want the Greyhaven's Navigator. I don't want Dreadful as the Storm. Don't want Captain. I think this card's okay. I don't like Captain Knights of Dol Amroth. This is 2 lands. I wonder how low on lands I can go here, in good faith. Okay, another Arwen's Gift, sure. I don't know how many of those you can play without, like, completely hosing yourself. I think it does make Horses of the Bruinen better, because you're okay giving, like, losing some card advantage. So if I play 1 Mountain, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources. Plus these guys also tap for red for these guys. I have... Probably cut Nasty End, I just don't need it. My creatures are limited, I think. Yeah, 15 creatures, but I don't really want to be sacking my creatures. No respect for the Generous Ent. Why? I think that card's great. There's also the 1/1 Death Touch, which is a great ring bearer. Treason of Isengard. There's treason in these their woods. I'll try the Uruk-hai Berserker. Wow, I got this Isolation at Orthanc with 3 cards left in the pack. That's a great card, I think, or one that I'm happy to play. Nice little instant speed interaction. And I wield the Willow Wind. Nobody's playing blue, maybe. That's maybe why I'm getting all these cards. Okay. Okie doke. So I have 44 cards here. I'm not playing any of these ones in my sideboard, because I just don't think I need them. I think my cards currently in my main deck are better. Fifth Lane Knots could go. It's more of a thriving in a tempo deck. So this is 6, 12, 15, 17. I could treat each of these as like a 1/1 land and see how that goes. I'm definitely only playing 1 mountain. I kind of want to play it like this. Just go 11, 12, 13, 14 lands with 3 land cyclers. See how that goes. I'm excited. Maybe this is going to be good. I really want to just push to the limit in this thing, because that could be like a really good way to test it out. So yeah, we're going to try it like this and see how 14 lands does. See folks in the games. If you have been enjoying my videos and would like to support the channel directly, you can do so at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon is a place where viewers can support the creators they enjoy, so if you've been finding my videos helpful or entertaining, or if you've maybe won a couple of extra booster packs because of some of my advice, Patreon is a way for you to chip in and help the channel succeed. You also gain access to some cool rewards as a patron, like my card-by-card tier list for Lord of the Rings with my thoughts on every card in the set, and also drafts with me and other cool rewards. I'd like to give a huge shout out to the patrons who support at the credits level, but without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round number 1. On the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. It's sketchy for sure. But and it's funny because I can't actually use the Oliphant. I think I'm going to cut the Oliphant and play an extra island or swamp instead. Probably another island instead. Because I'm realizing that this isn't as good of a land cycler because I can't like always cycle it. I'm going to cycle this for a land. Faux show. Oh, they don't have a 2-drop. That's a huge relief for me. Because I don't have a 2-drop either. Nor a 3-drop at this moment. But, luckily, I have my 1 swamp. Crebain from Dunland! Dunland Crebain is a great 3-drop. And then if I can find an island, I can start Melanoring it. Which is the combo. The combo I built my life around. Oh my gosh. This is a dream. Okay, I only have 1 swamp left. So if I do draw a land, it's going to be an island, pretty much. Counter it, I dare you. You won't. Coward. No, I'm kidding. Oh, gosh. My deck is weird. It's one of the funny things about draft is sometimes when you open up a card like Sauron and you're like, okay, I'm going to play Sauron. You just like abandon reason with your picks. Okay, Reprieve, sure. That's actually fine. I don't have anything to play next turn. I don't think Reprieve is as good in draft as it is in constructed. That sort of effect is like really nice in constructed, but in draft it's like, okay, I'll just play it again next turn. Ah, they already have a food. Gosh. This is tough. Shire Terrace can get me the island I need. I'm going to do this. Because if I do draw the island that I want, it'll work out way better. And I could just draw like a cheap spell. Like a deal 3 or something. I'll make them use their turn on their combat trick. Or I'll trade. Let's go. We did it. No! Not Sam. Sam, how could you? You've rescued Butterbee. Butterbur. Butterbur's back. And better than ever. Lambdas. Lambda spread. A grown man can fill his stomach with but 1 bite. How many have you had? 4. Come on, island. Nope. Dang it. This Oliphant is clogging my hand. Oh no, I'm so dead. Taking a turn off to fix my mana is not working out for me. I was hoping to draw an island in the top 10 cards. Or top 7 cards. I guess I didn't draw that many cards on my own. It would have been nice. But I'm dead. Oh man, the ring is just such a demoralizing feeling sometimes. really wish I had a second blue source so I could hold up Stern Scolding too. I think my best bet is to be able to like turn Dunlin Crebain into something, but this thing's gonna keep going, so I think I'm gonna try to trade off with this guy first. It's not super likely to work. There once was a man who went to see the name of the ship with the billy o. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring Samwise the stout-hearted. Oh gosh. That card is way better than I thought it was. Oh, I take 1 billion damage. Ah, but if I'd had Stern Scolding up, I could have countered this. Indeed. I'm starting to understand now. I'm understanding where I went wrong. Oh gosh, they played that for 4. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. This game did not go well. Oh my gosh. My revolutionary strategy got me land screwed. Though, to be fair, I could have also just had a totally reasonable draw instead of the horrific one that I had. It's small sample size is what I'm trying to say. It's not necessarily a terrible strategy, but Oliphant is just an embarrassing card to put in my deck to enable a splash when I already have decent splashing, so I'm going to cut that and add an extra island and call it a day. And now I'm up to... Now I'm up to 7 black sources and... Oh, I need to have a mountain still. What am I talking about? Duh, okay. But now I have 13, 15 lands with my 2 cyclers. So that's much better. I think. We'll hope. See you folks next round. Welcome! We have another sketchy hand. The dream, as they would say. I'm on the draw. I have 9 black sources in the deck. I'm keeping, baby. Once again, punished to the max for the splash, as one is. I will say, this is typical Sauron, tempting you in for his own purposes, just so he can make the main deck, and then completely hosing you while never showing up when you want him. That is the true Lord of the Rings experience. They're missing lands too. Gosh darn it, I would just love to buy a land drop. Could I just hit a swamp naturally? Gosh darn it. Oh, I'm so dead. This is just a joke. Some sort of cruel joke. Oh my gosh. Gosh, they're just gonna hit me now. Why wouldn't they just hit me? Well, I'm just totally dead. I'm just gonna surrender. There's nothing to do. It's not even an early surrender. They just attack next turn, buff all their guys, and I just take 50 damage. We're not gonna count that game. I'll see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. Finally, a situation where we're not getting completely and utterly owned by the fact that I'm splashing 1 mountain. Just can't buy a hand that has both of my main colors in it. Though I guess I only have 5 swamps. I'm counting this guy as a swamp. That's kind of the deal with my mana base. Let's see if Stern Scolding is up to snuff. Got him. Like, I'm just playing reasonable cards, and it feels like I'm, in a different universe right now compared to the last 2 games. I'm like, oh, I'm casting my spells. I have plays that I can make in the game. Oh, also, I will say, I'm only going to play 5 rounds with this deck max, so I can make use of the early access event. But if we win the next 3 in a row, it'll feel like a fantastic victory. Okay, I'm just going to keep the pressure on with another Crebain. I think I can be the beatdown this game. My Orc is a 4/4. Red decks sometimes struggle with stuff that's bigger than 3. Unless they use Isolation of Orthanc. But next turn I can hit them for 6. Play another flyer. They have all their mana up, so I'm going to cast Arwen's Gift instead of the Willow Wind. I'm going to keep Birthday Escape. I don't really want the mountain. But I kind of have to keep the mountain, I guess. That's unfortunate. Because next turn I'm going to play Birthday Escape and Uruk-hai Berserker to give my Crebain the Ring Bearer and the ability to loot. And then I guess I'll start holding back my 4/4. Or they'll have to start holding back their guys. I mean, they are at 9. And this way, if I do draw one of my red cards, I'll be fine to cast it. And they're also just a low life total. Let's just say that didn't go well. Don't need that. I do want the island, though. So I can Horses of Bruin in them. So I can bounce their token. Oh, no. No, don't kill my guy. Oh, no. Yep, I shall Horses of Bruin in them. I'm so dead. This is so brutal. This game just feels like stuff is not worked out. I took that one turn off to try and play around a counterspell, and they did not have a counterspell, and I'm losing so hard because of that decision. Oh, so just 2 instant sorceries or I die. Oh, I'm just dead now. Okay, yeah, I understand. Gosh darn it. You make one decision to play around a counterspell, and you just get so bodied, it's almost like you're playing in a different universe. We're just going to try to find Sauron so we can put it into play. Nope. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's the most... Oh, gosh. That's so brutal. My gosh. That one removal spell that just one-sided wrathed me just ended the game. Oh my gosh. In true Sauron fashion, I was led to my doom. I was tempted by the precious, and the precious took me down. Well... lesson learned, I guess. First picking Sauron, only if you want to just get completely hosed by your mana for half the games and then just get obliterated by one-sided wraths. No, I'm kidding. It happens sometimes. I think this deck was okay. I never got to play my Sauron. The colors weren't particularly open. Blue was super open, but black wasn't, I don't think. I don't have any, like... I mean, I have 4 Crebains. I think Crebain's a really good card. But I never really got to do anything cool these games. Oh well. If you do make it all the way to the end of this video, remember to hit the like button, show some sympathy, comment below with your questions, thoughts, feedback. Remember to be kind. I obviously wasn't super happy with how this draft went in the matches. And to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the video, leave hashtag tempted by Sauron in the comments section down below, because Sauron definitely tempted me, and it definitely did not go well. Oh, well, that was funny. Huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for giving me access to this account a few days early, so I can make this video in the free early access event. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.